Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. And from the title of this video, you can already tell that it is not the usual kind of vlogs or videos that I post. Today I just wanted to sit down and share my experience of having uterine fibroids and then getting Lap-Myomectomy done to get rid of the fibroids. And when I say experience, I do have a lot of experience because I went through this twice in a span of 7 years. And the reason why I wanted to film this video is because when I was going through this, I wanted to watch videos like this. I wanted real people who are experiencing very similar things, getting the operation done, their surgery experience, whatever they are going through because of the fibroids. I wanted to listen to those stories. Not because I was looking for a solution, I definitely trusted my doctors for that, but I wanted to find people and wanted to kind of relate to their journey and their stories, because when you experience something like this, you cannot share, or you can definitely share your stories with your friends and family and they will be empathetic, but they do not have similar experience, right? And you kind of start feeling alienated. So that was what I was feeling at that point of time. And sadly, I did not find a lot of Indian creators talking about this. Maybe none of them went through this, or maybe they're not comfortable enough to make videos like this. I did watch a lot of Latin American women talking about it, a lot of European content creators talking about it, and I just knew that I have to share my story. I waited this long because I wanted to share my entire experience, including my surgery experience, my recovery and all of that. So I got operated on 10th of October, and it's kind of more than a month now after the surgery. I have recovered fully, and yeah, I'm finally ready to take you through this journey. And I'm hoping that if you have started watching this video, maybe you are interested and you will find this video helpful. So yeah, let's get started. So first, let me take you back to 2015, end of 2015, December actually. I was 22 years old at that time. I was in my final year of masters. I was preparing for my third semester of my master's degree. I was also preparing for my PhD entrance exam, and we were shifting our house at that point of time. So I was going through a lot of stress, and in the month of December I had like really heavy periods, and it also lasted for 7 to 8 days instead of my usual of 5 days. And I just thought that maybe this is because of stress, and I just decided to not worry a lot about that because I was writing my exams at that point of time. Now the same thing again happened in January, and I immediately knew that I have to go to a gynecologist. So I went there, my mom took me, and this gynecologist is the one that I'm consulting ever since I got my first periods at the age of 12. So he knows me quite well, and when I went there, he was like, yeah, maybe you have PCOS, you have gained a little bit of weight, but just to be on a safer side, let's do an USG and we will see what you are experiencing. And I started kind of blaming myself because yes, I did gain a little bit of weight at that point of time, and I thought it's all because of that. And it happens, when you gain weight, you start getting heavier periods. So I thought it is because of that. But I got my USG done in the next 1 or 2 days, and there was a fibroid in my uterus. It was of 4 centimeter size at that point of time. No, not 4, I think it was 2 at that point of time. It was not big. And that was the first time I learned about fibroids. So I did a little bit of research. I asked a few of my doctor friends. So everyone told me that, it's not cancerous, it's just a benign growth that happens in the uterus. And for a lot of women, it's not even diagnosed because there are no bizarre symptoms associated to it. A lot of people face difficulties while conceiving because of these fibroids, and when they get the USG done, they realize that it is because of their fibroids that they're having the trouble. And usually it is removed during the C-section surgery for the baby's delivery. It's not very serious for most of the patients, but you should go back to your doctor and talk to him. So I went back to my doctor and I showed him the report, and he was like, yeah, there is a fibroid, but it's very small. I don't think it will grow bigger than this very soon. So just he suggested me a medication that is supposed to reduce the amount of bleeding during the periods, and he said like, let's wait, let's see what happens, and after a few months you can get another USG done, but I'm kind of sure that it's not going to grow bigger. I came back, I started taking that medicine during my periods, and it did not help. My periods used to last for 10-12 days, at times 15 days, and I used to bleed a lot. And when I say a lot, I mean a lot. It was scary. I had to change my sanitary pads every 30 minutes, every 1 hour. And I just used to feel so drained out, so tired. Like those 10-12 days every month, I just could do nothing. I mean, it was so bad. I just started feeling very handicapped. I just could not go to college. I could not meet anyone. All that I could do was sleep on my bed, get up, go to the washroom, change my pad, come back, and just lie down again. That was my life. I was still waiting for my last semester of masters, and I just knew that it is not working and I have to get something done. So from February to June, it was very difficult for me. I just studied as hard as I could for the 12-15 days every month when I was not going through my crazy weakness and periods thing. And I gave my exam, and I told my mom the day the exam ended that, you know what, I'm going to get another USG done and I'm going to go back to my gynac because it's not right, something is not right. So I went back to get another USG done. The same doctor was there who did the USG before, and while doing the USG, he was like, your fibroid has grown a lot. It is nearly 10 centimeter now. You should go to your gynac. I will get your reports ready by today evening and you should go and meet him. So I still remember it was a Friday. I went and I met my doctor, and he was like, okay, this is serious. It really happens, but your fibroid has grown really fast this time, and you need to get a surgery done. And me and my mom, we were like, okay, when should we do it? How should we do it? And luckily, one of his friends who is an specialist in Lap-Myomectomy, he was coming to Kolkata at that point of time to conduct a workshop. And my doctor said that, I will call him up and tell him to operate on you, because he needed patients to conduct the operations so that he can share it with other doctors who are attending that workshop. So I was kind of a sample patient. And he called up this other doctor, my surgeon, and everything was fixed. I got admitted the next day on Saturday, and my operation was on Sunday. And I still remember when on Saturday you need to get a few tests done before the operation, right? So all those tests were conducted, and my hemoglobin was, I think, some 8 or 7.5, something like that, really low compared to the normal range. And now I know that it was because of the crazy bleeding that I used to have at that time. But anyways, the surgery went well, and everything was great. They showed the cut pieces of the tumor to my parents, and I recovered pretty fast. And I came back home a day after the Lap-Myomectomy, and yeah, I recovered within a month. And after that, I got another USG done. There was no more traces of fibroid. I went to my gynac, and he was like, it is not going to happen anymore. It's fine. You have got rid of it. It's fine. Still, to be on the safer side, just make sure that you do an USG every 6 months. So that is what I did till 2020. After that, there was this COVID period, and there was this break of 2 years. And then in 2022, I had my second bout of fibroids. So in June, July of 2022 was the first time when I started experiencing these symptoms. There was this weakness. My periods were getting heavier and more painful than usual. My PMS was crazy. I used to have really bad mood swings. I used to feel very heavy and feverish. I just did not feel like doing anything. And again, it was like 7 days of PMS, 8 days of periods, 15 days every month. I was feeling like a zombie. And at that point of time, I was also going through a lot of stress, my work, personal life, everything. It was very stressful. And I don't know, I started thinking that maybe it's more in my mind. And I still remember in August, I had this realization that maybe this is another episode of uterine fibroids. But I just did not want to face the truth. I just did not want to get an USG done, and I just did not want a doctor to tell me that, you know what, you have fibroids in your uterus. I was already dealing with a lot of things, and I just did not want to deal with another complication in my life. So I kind of tried to survive with whatever energy that I have. I stopped posting videos on YouTube. I think I wrote on Instagram also that I'm just not being able to manage a lot of things. And I was barely surviving. I was doing my work. I was coming back home. I was just trying to manage my personal life as well as I could. And that's it. I just could not do anything else. Now, in December 2022, I realized that I have to get an USG done. In the back of my mind, I already knew what this is, but I had to confirm it, before I go to a doctor. So in January, I went to get an USG done. I consulted with my house physician. He wrote me a prescription, and I went to get an USG done. And the normal USG, okay, so where they put the device on your tummy and do the USG. So the doctor just started doing it, and then he said, you know what, you have fibroids. And I was like, yeah, I kind of know. I had an episode before, and I have it again. It's fine. And then he dropped the second truth bomb, which I was not ready for. He said that there are actually multiple fibroids. I can distinctly see one, but there are more fibroids, smaller in size. The bigger one is masking them, but there are definitely more than one. And we need to do a TVS to see the exact number and size of fibroids that you have. So TVS is transvaginal USG. They insert the device through your vagina to see the number of fibroids that you have or any complication that you have. So I came back home. I was a little scared because I've not done TVS before. And I talked to my mom, I talked to my aunt. I wanted someone to come with me. Luckily, my aunt was free the next day. So she came down and I got the TVS done. And the doctor said, yes, you have one big fibroid. It's of around 5 to 6 centimeter. And then there are 4 smaller fibroids, each of 2 centimeter. So yeah, there are 5. Definitely there are 5. There can be more, but there are 5 fibroids. And I was kind of numb. I did not know what to do. Like right now when I'm recording and I'm going back, I'm again becoming blank because I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do? Because see, at that point of time, I just knew what I was going through and why I was going through all of those things. My periods used to be so bad. I could barely move. On the first 2 days, I used to have fever. I used to shiver kind of because of that excessive bleeding. The PMS was worse. Like if you ask me now, I don't know which one was worse. The periods was worse or the PMS was worse, because mood swing was literally like I used to cry, I used to shout. I just did not know how to manage it. Nothing helped. Breathing did not help. Yoga did not help. Working out did not help. And my lower abdomen used to feel so heavy that I could barely move. I just could not work out for 15-16 days every month. And it was getting tougher, with every month. It was just getting worse and worse and worse. My tummy used to look so bloated all the time. I was working out, I was weightlifting, I was doing ab workouts, and nothing worked. All the time my tummy was bloated and I used to look fat. And that was also depressing. And every month, like 7 days of PMS, 8 days of heavy bleeding, then 7 more days to recover from the weakness. I was barely functional for 7 days every month. So 7 to 8 days every month, I was feeling normal. Rest of the time, I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do? It's not worth it. So mentally, emotionally, physically, I was kind of in my lowest phase of my life, literally. it was so difficult. And the moment I knew that it is because of the fibroids, it just all started to kind of, affect me a lot more. And I just did not know what to do. I knew I have to go to a doctor, but I was so unsure and I was feeling miserable at that point of time. So my doctor was out of town and I wanted to go back to my old doctor only. So I waited for another month of pain and suffering and all of that. And once my doctor was back, I went back, I told him everything, and he listened out to me and he said, okay, fine, but you have already gone through this operation once. Let's see if we can manage it by medicines this time. So he gave me a progesterone blocker, which is kind of known to suppress fibroids. So it is supposed to reduce the size of the fibroids a little bit, stop its growth, and it also stops your periods. So I took the medicine for 6 months. The doctor said, take this medicine for 6 months, and after that come back, we will see what happens. So for 6 months, I did not get any periods, thankfully. But again, I was taking this medicine. I was hoping that, it is reducing the size of the fibroids, but the bloating was still there. And another problem that I was facing this time was severe lower back pain. I was doing a lot of, writing. I was working on my paper and all. So I was definitely sitting for longer hours than usual. But I just could not stand up. Once I was sitting for 15-20 minutes, I just could not stand up. There was so much back pain, and I also consulted with an orthopedic at this point of time, and he listened to everything and he said that maybe this is because of your tumor. It's pressing against your back and causing the pain, and we cannot do a lot right now because until and unless the fibroids are removed, we cannot do anything. He gave me some medicines to deal with the pain, but it was not easy. 6 months was over, and end of July, I think the beginning of August, I went back to get an USG done. I was really hoping that the medicines has worked and the fibroids are at least a little smaller than they were before. I got the USG done and nothing has changed. The bigger fibroid, it has grown a little bigger. I mean, not massively, but it has grown bigger. I think it was at around 7 centimeter at that time, and the smaller ones were still those 2-3 centimeter. Yeah, nothing changed, and I was really upset. I went to my doctor. So I actually visited him in a nursing home. I got the USG done. I took the report and went to my doctor. He went through it and he was like, okay, the medicines has not worked, so you have to get a surgery done. And before I could say anything, he was like, you know what, we should do an open surgery this time. It will be easier to remove the fibroids. So yeah, just let me know when you are okay with it and we will do it. And I just went blank. Tamal was with me and he was also very confused because we just did not know what to do, what to say. We came back home and I just did not know what to do. So I just took one whole day to process this, that okay, the medicines has not worked and I need to get rid of these fibroids surgically. And once that settled in my brain, I started thinking that, like, you know, do I really want to go for an open surgery, because they will cut your tummy open and take the fibroids out. That's fine, but I will need longer months to recover and I still have to work on my thesis, and that will get delayed. And I cannot delay the surgery for like 4-5 months, because then I will have to endure these painful periods for another 4-5 months, which I was not ready to do anymore. And the other option is taking this progesterone blocker for another 4-5 months, but that's also not great, because hormone blockers are usually not great for your health, and especially if you are in this reproductive phase of your life. So I just did not know what to do. I talked to a lot of other people, my doctor friends and everything, but the final decision, I knew that I have to take the final decision. I have to trust one doctor and go with it. And I decided to call my old surgeon, the person who came down to Kolkata the last time and operated on me. somehow I just felt that I can trust him. So I called him up, I sent all my reports to him, and I told him that I want to get a Lap-Myomectomy done. Please tell me if it's possible to remove all these fibroids by Lap-Myomectomy and if that will be okay. And he called me up and he said, you know what, I just went through your report and your history and everything, and I think considering your case, Lap-Myomectomy will be good, because we just do not want to cut you open if you decide to have a baby after 2-3 years, because now that you are already married and you are 30, and if you have to go through a C-section at that point of time, then I just don't want to cut you open for removing the fibroids, because the more you cut yourself open and get all these things done, it's not good for your body, right? If a surgery can be done in a less invasive way, that's always better. So he said that it can be done, but you have to come down to either Bombay or Delhi or Nagpur. So this doctor is basically a very accomplished Lap-Myomectomy surgeon. His name is Dr. Rajesh Modi, and he's an amazing surgeon. He travels to Mumbai and Delhi for operating on patients, but his hometown is in Akola, which is a 3 hours drive from Nagpur, and he has set up a small nursing home kind of setup in his own home, where he also does operations along with conducting workshops. He teaches other doctors, he trains them on Lap-Myomectomy and all of that. And he said, if possible, you can come down to Akola, I will do the operation on you. So we discussed, I discussed this with Tamal, with my parents, and everyone said that it's fine, we can go to Akola and get it done. So I confirmed my doctor, and it was in September, and I had to submit my pre-thesis defense and pre-thesis report at that point of time. So I completed that. I got all the tests done from Kolkata. I sent him the reports, and he went through them, and he was like, yeah, okay, you can come down at any point of time, I can operate on you. So we traveled to Akola on 9th of October, and the next day he was like, come to my chamber once, I will see you, I will talk to you, and if it's fine, I will operate on you, or maybe we can do it the next day. So on 10th, we went to his chamber. We were staying in a hotel very near to his chamber, so it was like 2-3 minutes drive. We went there, we talked to him, and he was like, are you feeling okay physically? Then I can operate on you today only. And I was like, yeah, fine. Let's get it done. Because I will be very honest, I am someone who is not like these symptoms scare me. They kind of damage me emotionally, but any kind of treatment, surgery, these things, I do not panic. I trust my doctors, and I know that these surgeries, treatments, these are a part of my recovery. So I'm never scared of surgeries. This was my 3rd surgery. I got another laparoscopy done in 2016, as I have mentioned before, and before that also I had another surgery. I will talk about that in some other video, but yeah, I was okay. So I said, yeah, we can get it done today. So I was taken to an OT. I was knocked out for a while, and then when I regained my sense, I still remembered that I was having a little bit of breathing problem. So there was a nebulizer, and the moment I regained consciousness, it happens, right? You kind of go in and out of it. I could see my parents, I could see the doctor, and the first thought that came to my mind is like, is the surgery successful? Am I fibroid free now? But I could not talk, obviously. And then the moment I could talk, I called my mom and I was like, is the surgery done? Am I fine? And she said, yeah, the doctor said that your surgery went great. Your ovary health is great. So nothing to worry about. You will recover very soon. And then I slept again. I woke up after a while. The doctor came to meet me and he was like, you have recovered, just try to walk a little bit. So actually I walked after I think 4 hours of the surgery, and I could walk. I went to the washroom. I could do everything. And there was a little bit of pain, obviously, but nothing very serious. So yeah, I was discharged the next day. I came back to Kolkata after 2 days. And then after 8 days of the surgery, I visited one of my doctor friends who is also a surgeon to remove the kind of staples that they put on the cuts. So there are usually 4 cuts done for the laparoscopy, 1 for the inserting the camera and 3 for all the surgical devices, and they were stapled to make sure that they heal. And yeah, I just got rid of them and slowly my recovery started. So one thing that I'd like to mention here is that I should have allowed my body to heal a little bit more before I jumped back into my normal life. But because it's laparoscopy and the stitches on your tummy, they heal really fast. You kind of start thinking that, okay, I'm fine, nothing has happened. But actually the surgery is done inside your body, right? And any kind of surgery is a trauma for your body. It needs some time to heal from that. There is a weakness inside your body and you need to nourish your body, rest your body and allow it to recover. I don't think I gave my body enough time, honestly. So I came back from Akola. I took rest for I think 5-6 days. And right after that there was Durga Pujo and I was going out, obviously nothing very major or crazy, but I was going out every day. I was doing my regular household chores, watering my plants, buying vegetables and all of that. And then after 7-8 days, so 15 days after the operation, I started feeling very weak all of a sudden. I was having really bad headache and I was just feeling a really crazy weakness. So I went to my house physician at this point of time and he was like, you know what, you need to rest a little more to allow your body to recover. So he gave me some vitamins and medicines for the next 7-8 days and he said that stay at home, rest as much as you can and you will recover very soon. So I did that, and finally after 1 month now I just feel like my older self. I have decided to start working out little by little. And the surgeon already told me that I can start weight training after 2 months of the surgery, but after 1 month I can start with the regular walking, yoga, stretches and all of that. So I'm planning to start that real soon. And yeah, that's it. I do have 4 scars to kind of remind me of these surgeries that I went through. Actually the insertions are made at the very same spot. So the older scars were healing and now there are new scars on the old scars. So I'm actually using a medicine to get rid of that. So hopefully they will fade in no time. And I'm just hoping that this is the last time of me having uterine fibroids. I have gone through enough. I do not want to go through another round of it. Just hoping for the best. Please pray for me. And yeah, that is it. That is my story. I just hope that none of you ever go through this. It's really bad for your mind and your body and everything. But if you ever experience anything that I have talked about in this video, make sure to get an USG done as soon as possible. Consult with a surgeon, consult with your gynecologist and get your treatment done. And if you are experiencing anything like this, just know you are not alone. And please don't think it's in your mind, because after a point of time my experience was so painful. My PMS, periods, everything was getting so painful and bizarre. At one point of time I started thinking that it's in my mind. I'm imagining the pain, I'm imagining the trauma, and I started blaming myself for being so weak all the time. I started blaming myself for the pain that I was feeling, for not being able to do anything. And I'm really sad. I should not have been cruel to myself like that. So please don't blame yourself. And if you want to talk to someone, you can definitely talk to me. You can comment in the comment section of this video, or you can contact me on my Instagram. You can DM me. I'm always there for you. If you need any kind of suggestion, any kind of contact of doctors or anything that you need to know, you can always talk to me. I know this video is longer than usual, but I just had to put it all out there. And yeah, from next week I will be back with my regular videos. Till then, take care, stay safe. I will see you soon. Bye.